Catch up on the latest music news, social issues, exclusive interviews, album reviews, also featuring entrepreneurs doing big things, all on musiclifesocial.com. We do this for the people to empower the people. Yo, welcome to musiclifesocial.com. Music Life Social podcast is season 2. I'm your host, Raheem. You know who I am. And we have a very special guest. He is a familiar face to the show. Starting off the new year, 2024, we have Web3 journalist Terron Gold from the Crypto Krew, and he's coming from you live from the Atlanta Blockchain Center. What's going on?
Yo, what's good? What's good? Hey, I appreciate you having me here today, brother. You know, giving me this interview, man. Thanks a lot, man. A lot has happened since the last time we spoke, and I'm really excited to just get into it today, man. You know, it's a lot to talk about, brother. How you been, though? Everything's good with you?
Everything's good, man. 2024 shaping up to be a big year, so you know what I'm saying. I'm waiting and anticipating, bro. So, cool, man.
Great.
Let's get to it, man. Last year was a down market overall for crypto stocks and everything, but everything always bounced back and corrected itself. So for 2024, it seems like crypto is heating up again. Bitcoin was around 2,800, now sitting around 42 and maybe a little bit more. Now, so what has been the reason for the price to jump so quickly coming from that down market in 2023?
Yeah, man. Well, the main thing that really kicked off this bull run, we're in a small bull run. It kind of cooled off. I think last time we spoke, Bitcoin was at, I think, 28,000. Now we're around 40, 42. So it was the Bitcoin ETFs that was really kicked off with BlackRock and Grayscale. These are two of the biggest asset management companies in the world. So they filed for a Bitcoin ETF. That's an exchange traded fund, which allows people to invest into Bitcoin without actually having a digital wallet or going through a crypto exchange like Coinbase. So you're able to get Bitcoin exposure in your IRAs, in your portfolios, your retirement portfolios. And there's been 11 companies, right, that has recently been approved for the Spot Bitcoin ETF because they had Bitcoin futures. And Grayscale, they won a case last year against the SEC because they had Bitcoin futures they approved, but they denied the Bitcoin spot ETFs. So because the
That was
judge,
huge. A lot of people been waiting on the Bitcoin ETF or whatnot in the marketplace or whatnot. So that's been huge.
yes, sir, yes, sir. So that's been the thing that really kicked off this mini bull run that we're in right now. Like I said, it cooled off. We breezed through the 30s in like a month, and then we've been hanging between 41 to about like 45,000. So things cooled off after the Bitcoin applications were approved and they hit the market last week, Thursday. And obviously there was a run up, and now things has cooled off. It ran up to about 45, so it cooled off now. So that was kind of anticipated. It was like buy the rumor, sell the news, which is like a typical phrase that's been spoken in mainstream media when they start talking about something that's potentially coming and people buy into the hype and then it just sells off. So that's a typical cycle that comes. So yeah, that's been the reason why so many people has been noticing the price of Bitcoin going up. So if you have any one of the 11 companies, it's BlackRock, Grayscale, Fidelity, Van Eck, ARK. It's like I said, it's 11. I can't remember all of them, but if you have any of these companies as your asset management
Those are
firm,
big
you
names
can
too.
ask them. Yes, you can
Yes.
actually ask them to have exposure to your to your portfolio. You can now have Bitcoin, so that's good for mainstream adoption.
Right. So pretty much anybody with like a Fidelity, T. Rowe Price brokerage account can have access to that, correct?
Correct, correct.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
more applications that I'm sure that's going to be coming from other companies. These were just the big dogs who happened to just be in there first. I think Kathy Wood's company, ARC and 21 Shares, they actually were the first ones. So they led the charge. But that was in more recent times. I think the very first Spot Bitcoin ETF was started by the Winklevoss twins. They actually have a crypto exchange called Gemini. They are the guys who were infamously tied to Facebook with Mark Zuckerberg. They actually had the idea and Zuck took it. But they were the first ones to actually file for a spot Bitcoin ETF back in 2013, and it was denied by the SEC. So, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool, man. So give us a quick rundown of the top crypto news for 2023. Now I know WorldCoin Orb was a big one or whatnot. So
Yeah.
man, enlighten us on that news real quick.
All
And then
right.
we're gonna
Yeah.
get over to the big things that happen in 2020 that's gonna happen in 24. Mm.
Right, man. All right. So, the best way to show you the WorldCoin Orb is to actually show it to you. So, for viewers out there, this is a World Coin Orb. This is a facial scanner. So it scans your biometrics. This allows you to have proof of personhood or humanhood when you're surfing online, especially with AI now running rampant. You can, it scans your face, scans your iris, and you tokenize your biometrics. So once that happens, this device doesn't speak to any other device on the network, and there's only about 5 in the United States. All right. um I forgot the actual number in the world, but I think it's like maybe a good 2 dozen in the world. But in a lot of third world
Okay.
countries, when you actually scan your biometrics and have that, tokenized, you now can prove who you are when you surf on the web. And on top of that, there's something called universal basic income, which comes with this tokenizing your actual biometrics, which means every month in your digital wallet, you're going to get the world coin itself, airdrop to your wallet just for being part of the network and participating in. So when you actually scan your iris, they give you some world coin. I think world coin is like $2 and some change right now. But like I said, over time, there's going to be more of a use case for it. Especially think about certain countries when it's like a dictatorship and they want to have full control. And this right here, it's very controversial. But the Atlanta Blockchain Center is one of the only places in the United States. There's only 5 places in the United States you can get this facial scan recognition, not recognition, excuse me, biometrics data um, minted on a blockchain. Now, there's
Right.
been about 56 people that came to Atlanta Blockchain Center from all across the country just to have, you know, their biometrics tokenized. So it's going to be a big
Okay.
thing, and I expect in the future, the United States will have, I don't know, maybe a
Right.
mandate, but I can see other countries doing that. So that's
You
been one of
know,
the most
and
controversial things.
but in the same token, people don't understand that they're kind of already using the biometrics when they use their fingerprints to open up their phone and things of that
Exactly.
nature, or when they're going, or when they use the clear when they're going through the airport
Airport.
or whatnot.
Yes.
What I'm saying, to get through the security lines or whatever. So I
And
think
also
they're
your
kind
phone.
of right on
Yeah.
your phone. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I think they're kind of leading people down that path or whatever, so they can just sooner or later they're gonna be comfortable with doing it because I don't think people realize what I'm saying that they're doing it already. Mhm.
Yep, they are. They are. And like I said, when the founder Marlon Williams of the Atlanta Blockchain Center announced that it was coming here, man, it was a very hotly contested debate, and some people were for it, some people were against it. As far as the privacy concerns, can somebody hack into it? Somebody get your biometric? Can it be, stolen? So it was a lot of concerns, but after a certain amount of time, I believe it's 60 days. Don't quote me on that, but you can choose to have your information stored on an orb, or you can have it destroyed after a certain amount of time. But it's optional. Most people, usually choose to have it destroyed. But yeah, it's very controversial. We have it here, and I'm just glad to be a member of the Atlanta Blockchain Center, man, because we're at the forefront of this technology, and we're just helping to educate people on what this technology is, so you ain't got to be afraid of it. But like you said, people use their phone, whether it's their finger or their face, to open up, their phones. And on top of that, when you use TikTok and using these filters, it scans your face. You're
Mm-hmm.
already getting a biometric scan, so why not get paid and get a token for it? Especially if you're a big artist like Drake and you having AI music being streamed and it's not you. Shit, you can prove it's you now. Drake needs to come in and get his
Right,
face, scanned. You know what I'm saying? There's only 5 in the United States. You know what I'm saying? Pull up.
right. That's what's up, man. So, you have deeply ingrained yourself in the Atlanta Blockchain Center. And what I understand, they have given you a grant to help start your journalism career. Tell the audience more about that grant and the Atlanta Blockchain Center itself.
Yes. Oh, man, it was one of the most exciting and thrilling times in, well, just moment in my life. My kids were there. The founder kind of tricked me into bringing them up there. He told me like, "Hey, I want them to meet somebody." And little do I know, I was presented with this grant for $5,000 to actually help, fund the Crypto Krew to help expand it. So I'm super super thrilled about that. But what it is, um, I was nominated, through a committee of people on, actually, the company is called Starter Labs, and there's about like 5 or 6 different people on this committee. And these people, they help with small businesses and developers, engineers who are developing in, the crypto space and blockchain, and they actually help with funding. So in 2021, Starter Labs were one of the biggest companies to help with small businesses with funding, ranging from up, I think it was like to 10,000 to about $100,000. They were given different, individuals for their projects to help funding. So I thought that was super, super dope. And every year, I believe they select one individual, that they nominate in the community. And I just so happened to get chosen for it. And I was extremely, extremely grateful for it. And like I said, my kids were there. And, now I'm ready to take the Crypto Krew to the next level. Obviously, I got the merch on and all of that, got to be official right here, diamond hand hollis for 2140.
It's
That's the
dope,
year
man.
that last Bitcoin gonna be mine. But yeah, it's really about just leveling this thing up, cooking up a
Okay.
dope website. So that's coming. So that's part of the mission. And once we get that cooking, we can take it to the next step. So I'm anxious and
That's
I'm
what's
looking
up.
forward to it. And there's a team of people actually that's part of this incubator program that there's actually the Atlanta Blockchain Center and Startup Labs. They provide this opportunity for builders and developers to pitch their apps or whatever they developed in Web3. And every quarter, these people can pitch their ideas and what they built to a panel of people who are in funding in Starter Labs. And I think the last individual was about 3 months ago. I think it was like October or something like that. And he had a decentralized news channel. So basically, when you go into different neighborhoods or areas in different states, when you travel, your news will be basically brung in from people in that area, you know. So I thought that was pretty slick. So there's a lot of things that people have done in the past and they got grants for. There's a young man by the name of Travis. He graduated from Morehouse, and he's a builder here. He got something called Dap Hub, and that's like a home page for a bunch of different Web3 apps. We call them DApps, you know, decentralized apps, but DApps for short. So
Okay.
we got another individual by the name of Joe. He
Dope.
has Skylark, and another individual, two individuals, by the way, who met at the Atlanta Blockchain Center by the name of Chris and Van, and they started Project Pi, which node development essentially is what they do. You know, they help companies with that. So, like I said, there's a bunch of brilliant people here at the Atlanta Blockchain Center, and I tend to look at us as like like the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? Like we're like the Web3 Avengers, and I feel like, you know, Marlon, the founder, he's like, you know, he's like the Tony Stark of the whole thing. You know, he's like the mastermind behind this whole thing, putting this whole thing together. He's brilliant. Or, you know, Professor X, if we were X-Men. You know what I'm saying? He's that guy. He's been building for over 20 years in this space as a coder, and he got into crypto, I think, in like
Yeah.
2012. Yeah, man. So there's a lot of brilliant people here. Some of the most brilliant people I ever met really are members of the Atlanta Blockchain Center. It's a place where people can learn. You know, that's basically essentially what this is. You know, we learn, we build, we grow, we develop, and, you know, we help each other out. I got a lot of great ideas from individuals here to help, you know, expand my brand to even, you know, with a newsletter as well. So that's coming, you know, based on ideas and feedback that I got from people meeting up here, you know, who actually, you know, they value the content what I bring, because obviously I'm a Web3 journalist. So just bringing news to the cultures is very important. So that was the main reason why I was granted the grant, because of the service I provide. It's just giving
That's dope.
information, you know, to the people. So last year, the Atlanta Blockchain Center had a lot of things going on. Um, so I'm gonna give this quick brief rundown. Last year, Coinbase invited 50 companies to DC to help lobby for crypto legislation and, you know, regulation. So the Atlanta Blockchain Center and the founder Marlon Williams and one of the guys who started Project Pi, they went to DC to represent Atlanta in crypto. So, and as being black men in America who are, you know, in tech, it was very important that they had, you know, their word with our congressmen and legislators to speak about crypto education and regulation, because you have to be educated before you can regulate it. So that was extremely important. And it was great for Atlanta to be represented by these individuals here. And the funny part was when Gary Gensler, he's the head of the SEC, he was being grilled. The founder actually held up a sign, because it was a sign that said "Stand with Crypto." That Coinbase, that was their motto. So he had the sign right behind Gary Gensler, and then there was another guy who was holding up another sign. I believe it was like "Buy Bitcoin" or something like that. But, you know, so, you know, found it went viral for that. It was kind of crazy. It was talked about on crypto news, like, yo, you know, Gary Gensler got photobombed in the back, and, you know, not knowing that's Marlon from the Atlanta Blockchain Center that did that. So we out here, you know, moving and shaking these Web3 streets. I mean, like literally pounding the pavement. You know, Travis, actually, I can't really speak on what he's doing right now, but man, he's doing something major. Him and Marlon, for the state of Georgia. So just be on the lookout for that. You know,
Okay.
it's a lot going on. And also they hosted part of Web3 ATL. They were one of the sponsors for Web3 ATL, and it was their second year. Web3 ATL
So,
is, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
so real quick, I got a question, man. So
Mhm.
anybody that's interested in crypto or learning about blockchain, are they just, is it like open doors where anybody can just come in and just, walk in like, hey, I want to learn what you guys are doing, or how does it work?
Well, basically, you got to schedule an appointment. You schedule an appointment to come up here,
Okay.
and on Thursdays. It's an open forum, but obviously you gotta like register because it's limited seating. So you register, and once you do that online, we provide enough room in here because sometimes it's it's not that big in here. It's like a classroom kind of like tech school kind of setting. So it's limited seating. So even though we do have days on Thursdays where people can pull up, people gotta be mindful. So first come first serve, and you're fortunate to get in here. You can definitely network and build with some individuals. You can ask your questions because we have people who are experts who've been building in the space for decades, and we got novice people who just want to learn about crypto, and then you got everything else in between. You got coders, developers, programmers, all kind of people come up in the space. Me, I'm a graphic designer, so if you're involved in tech or you're just curious, want to learn about crypto or blockchain, how it's going to be integrated into your industry, I'll tell people to follow, the social media, the Atlanta Blockchain Center. It's actually the at Atlanta Chain. That's the socials, and follow them. Go to their website, atlantachain.io, and you'll be able to, set you up an appointment. You pull up and check out the facility, man. It's like a great
That's
place to network and build. Yeah.
okay. So the outlook on 2024 in the crypto industry, man. Give us a quick rundown. What is that looking like in for this year or whatnot? And how has the year started off so far in the crypto industry? I know we already talked about, being the SEC approved, the ETF or whatnot. But overall for the industry, where do you see it heading in 2024, in your opinion?
All right. So I'll mix it up with a little bit of what happened in 2023. So because we still early in January, um, the main
Hmm.
thing that people are looking out for this year, there has been, I think, about 8 different companies who filed for a spot Ethereum ETF. So that's coming down the pipeline. So a lot of people are excited about that. The SEC has a lawsuit against Coinbase, and Coinbase is countersuing them over this uh, definition of securities with these digital assets. So it's very, very, great area right now. So they're debating on how to regulate this space, but people are looking forward to how that case is going to end. We got the Ripple case that's hopefully being settled in April. That's coming. So people are looking out for that, and there's rumors of a Ripple, XRP ETF that might come as well. Also in 2024, the spring, we have the Bitcoin halving, which is where the circulating supply gets cut in half. So the miners, they get rewards for mining Bitcoin. And I think right now it's like 900 Bitcoin of mined a day or something like that. But that's going to be cut down to about 450 Bitcoin. And that happens every 4 years. The circulating supply, the miner rewards get cut in half. So every time that
Okay.
happens, there's a bull run that follows. So it's a cycle. Bitcoin is on a 4 year cycle. Roughly about 4 years. Just think about it as the cycles of the weather. We got the winter, which is like
Okay.
the bottom of the bear market where it might drop 70, 85, 90%. Then you get another year of like sideways action, which is like, kind of like that spring. And then it leads up to, the following year where it's hot like the summer. After that, that Bitcoin happening, and then it cools off again and goes into fall. And it's just every 4 years it does the same thing. So it's if you follow the cycles, and it's not really, it doesn't repeat, but it rhymes as far as history with Bitcoin. So, nobody can predict exactly where it's going to go, how high it's going to go, or how low. But some of the numbers that I'm hearing, this is all speculation. I'm not a financial advisor, but some people speculate that Bitcoin might reach 250,000 by next year. Some people feel like it might hit
Mm,
100,000 by the end of this year. Some people feel
okay.
like I think Kathy Wood said in 2030, Bitcoin might be a million to 1.5 a coin, So right now it's at 41,000. So, you
All
know,
right.
if you plan for the long term and just hold or hodl, as we say on the side of my hat,
Right.
hodl stands for hold on for dear life. You know what I mean? So you stack your satoshis, and one Bitcoin is equivalent to a million satoshis, and satoshis is smaller denominations of Bitcoin. So there's 100 million satoshis to make up one Bitcoin. So you can go on Coinbase, or if you're not that crypto savvy, go on Cash App. You can buy you some Bitcoin there, and just start off small. You can buy small increments, $5 worth of Bitcoin. And this is just a suggestion because I'm not a financial advisor. I have to say that disclaimer, but I want people to at least start doing some research, because if you see some of the biggest asset management companies like BlackRock, they managing $10 trillion, not billion, $10 trillion worth of assets. If they're buying Bitcoin, best believe, you know, people who invest, they should have some exposure. I'm not saying go all in. I'm just saying
Yeah, I think,
it'll be
yeah, but
wise.
I think people should definitely add it to their portfolio. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So,
Hmm.
that add a little more, add some more diversity or whatnot. So I mean, I think that's good, advice. Again, we're not financial advisors, but I'm just saying it's something like you said that people definitely need to look into on their own and research it on their own
Definitely.
time. You know what I'm saying? But
Definitely.
I do
Definitely.
see this as future currency. So yeah, man. Real quick, man. Tell the people where they can find you at on social media, how they can link up with you if they have more questions or if they just want to know more about you and what you do.
Yeah, man. Social media, man. I'm heavy on that, man. So you can follow, the name right there, the Crypto Krew, on actually IG. It's spelled out the whole name, the Crypto Krew, but it's underscore in the front, underscore in the back. But if you're on Twitter, Twitter is the real like foundation of where the crypto, you know, enthusiast is at. You know what I'm saying? The DJs, everybody, we all on Twitter for the most part. So on Twitter, it's Crypto Krew. That's my handle, but it's a underscore in the front and underscore in the back. I'm also on TikTok. I'm also on YouTube. I'm also on Threads under the Crypto Krew. Just look up the Crypto Krew. You're gonna find me, and that's Crew with a K, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple of more things I do want to tell people too, though, specifically about the Atlanta Blockchain Center, because there were some things that they did that were kind of major last year as well. To follow up
Okay.
with that Coinbase uh, lobbying event that they went to, about a couple of months later, Coinbase was actually out here in Atlanta with the former mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms and a couple of reps from the state, as far as Sean Kemp, the governor of Georgia. His rep was out here, and somebody else, and along with the Atlanta Blockchain Center, a representative from Clean Spark, and one other individual. And basically they all got together because they wanted to continue the conversation from after the meeting in Washington, because they wanted to know where our Georgia representatives were in their crypto journey. How much were they researching, where they were getting their information from? And they just basically said that, they would, a lot of times in politics, they get inundated with so much work and so many bills. Like, you got different groups who lobby for different things. It's hard for them to really, really focus on one particular group or industry. So, they just have to kind of carve out the time, because, we're here. The Atlanta Blockchain Center is here. Like I said, the current mayor, he actually helped open up the Atlanta Blockchain Center here. So I don't think too many people realize that. But Andre Dickens,
Andre
I believe.
Dickinson.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
He helped open up the Atlanta Blockchain Center. So,
Okay.
Marlon has connections with a lot of people in politics now, from, like I said, from the state of Georgia all the way to DC now. So, we're not just out here, just trying to shill a cryptocurrency on some, like, all right, this is a way for people to get rich. Even though people can make a lot of money, but I think people should focus on the technology, which is important. And another event that, like I said, the Atlanta Blockchain sponsored was Web3 ATL last year, and I had the opportunity to go there, and it was a magnificent event. I learned from so many different individuals about what's coming down the pipeline. Man, there's so much stuff. Whether it was decentralized, or let me rephrase this: tokenizing real world assets, or having your personal ID tokenized, like your license or your car title, being tokenized. That's already happening in
Mhm.
California, I believe. So there's a lot of things that's coming down the pipeline, especially like last year. You had Billions, which is a big television show that people watch. They had an episode on
Oh
crypto.
yeah,
You,
that's my show right there. Billions, that's my show.
then they cloned Tyrone, that film on Netflix. They had the chick talking about blockchain on there. Just cheap plug blockchain. I'm at the blockchain center, so got the Matrix in the back. I thought that was appropriate, but that movie is kind of trippy. It's like the black people's Matrix a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's deep. But so crypto is being put in the mainstream media, as far as even with Nike. Nike, they started their own, NFT platform where you can get digital sneakers. I got a couple of them. I got a red one too. So they tie in some of these shoes to be made in real life. So you'll get a digital sneaker and then you have a physical one. So they call them digital. So that's a new word. They mixing physical and digital together. So you can have a digital twin of a
It's
real
okay.
exclusive Nike sneaker. Reebok is getting into it as well, as far as sneakers in the metaverse. Puma, they got into it with LaMelo Ball. He had some sneakers, released with tied to NFTs. So there's so many people in the mainstream. LeBron James, DJ Khaled, they all had these exclusive Nike. They partnered with a company called Artifacts, and Takashi Moro Punk. I forgot his name, but this Asian designer. Everybody, he got like these colorful flowers and stuff, and I think his name is Takashi Palm. But he had a partnership with Nike, and it's so many like companies as far as brands. You got Prada, Gucci, Louis Vuitton. They all releasing tokenized art and tokenized items. You got tokenized Gucci bags and shoes and stuff now. So it prevents counterfeiting. You see what I'm saying? So tokenizing real world assets has a lot of advantages, and like I said, it's on a blockchain so everybody we can see, all of the transactions and proof of,
Okay.
oh,
Okay.
this Gucci bag is authentic because it was, had an NFT attached to it. It's tokenized. It's like a receipt, a digital receipt. So I don't want to get too technical. I don't want to get in the weeds, but I do have to explain how this technology is going to be used. Movie tickets, you know what I'm saying? Taylor Swift, she had a film that she released based on her tour.
Deals? Yeah.
And you can
Yeah, I know
buy
what
her
you're talking
tickets with Bitcoin. You can buy her tickets with Dogecoin. You know what I mean? So they partnered with AMC. So, you know, um, going to concerts, people who went to Janet Jackson concert and Nas Wu-Tang concert, they're getting a commemorative NFT, proof of attendance. You know what I'm saying? So it's all kind of companies are getting into tokenizing real world assets. And that's another thing that BlackRock's CEO Larry Fink, he was talking about. Everything is going to be tokenized. Wall Street will be
Yes.
tokenized. That's coming, bro. So
Oh yeah, it's
2023 was a
coming,
good
man.
year. Go ahead, sir.
The future is here.
Yeah,
Future
it's
is here, man.
definitely
So
it's
yeah,
definitely here.
bro,
So,
as usual, man, you always giving us good information, enlightening us on, what's happening in the Web3 world and how it affects, us every day and how it's being assimilated amongst, our everyday lives or whatnot, and making it easy for people to understand, what's happening or whatnot. So we definitely appreciate that. And of course, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be on with us, throughout the year, giving us the good information on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Terron Gold, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Check this man out. Always good information. The Crypto Krew representing, the
You
Atlanta
heard?
Blockchain Center. We definitely
You know what I mean?
appreciate you all's time here. Like Music Like Social. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I appreciate you too, Raheem, man. Thank you for the platform that you provided in your time today, and all your hard work, and helping support what we got going on over here, and in particular, helping my brand, bro, because it's gonna definitely be reciprocated, brother. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Cool.
here at the Atlanta Blockchain Center. If anybody, wants to pull up, like I said, go to the website. You can book your appointment, and you'll be able to come to and tour the facility, see what we have going on, network with some people. If you're curious, there's
Cool.
only 5 of these in the world. No matter where you at in the United States,
Definitely go check
you in
that
the
out,
A,
y'all. Y'all
you can,
definitely
get the world coin, or scan to get that ID. Now, I didn't get my joint scanned yet because I'm gonna get it if we need to get it, but I don't really need it right now. So, um, but eventually, if there's a deep fake of somebody trying to take my voice and my face and for fake crypto promotion scam, because that's the one thing I gotta leave on this note before we leave. To all your
okay.
viewers, if you do research on YouTube on crypto and you see an ad talking about, if you scan this QR code and this is the CEO of MicroStrategy, or this the CEO of this crypto company, and they telling you to send them some crypto and they're gonna double your crypto back once you hit the QR code, do not fall for it. I'm seeing more and more ads. I don't know how YouTube is letting these ads fly, but I guess people are falling for it. But please do not scan these QR codes on these YouTube videos by these deep fake and AI videos promoting a fake crypto scam. So please, to all the viewers, do your research and stay vigilant, and don't involve yourself with any fake crypto scams. We don't promote any kind of scams or any kind of crypto over here in particular. We are all have knowledge of this space, but there's multiple people who have multiple coins that they invested in, but we don't try to promote or show anything. The only thing that I'm trying to help people understand is that this is an option, but this is coming. That's what I want to let y'all know with this. So it's controversial, but just to let people know that, you know, we here in Atlanta, man, we shaking these Web3 streets up, and there's a lot of people who are knowledgeable in
That's
this space at the Atlanta Blockchain Center. So if you're in tech,
that's
if you're a developer, coder, engineer, I invite y'all to pull up, network, and yeah, man, you're gonna see more of us, a lot of us, man. We're gonna form like the Avengers out there. You heard?
that's what's up, man. Well, we appreciate your time, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate your time, and thank you so much, Raheem, man.